Good morning everyone. Basa tayo na ating KGP Bible. Today is daily reading plan tayo. Today is January 6, 2022, pan day 66 natin. Numbers chapter 28 up to 30. Numbers chapter 28. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel, and say unto them, My offering and my bread for my sacrifices made by fire for a sweet savour unto me, shall ye observe to offer unto me in their due season. And thou shalt say unto them, This is the offering made by fire, which ye shall offer unto the Lord, 2 lambs of the first year without spot, day by day for a continual burnt offering. Mabilisan lang kasi malapit na oras na trabaho. Verse 4, The 1 lamb shalt thou offer in the morning, and the other lamb thou shalt offer at even, and a 10th part of ephah of flour for a meat offering, mingled with the 4th part of an hin of beaten oil. It is a continual burnt offering. Kaya sundan nyo ako guys sa KJV Bible nyo. Magbasa rin kayo. It is a continual burnt offering which was ordained in Mount Sinai for a sweet savour, a sacrifice made by fire unto the Lord. And the drink offering thereof shall be the 4th part of an hin for the 1 lamb in the holy place shall to cause the strong wine to be poured unto the Lord for a drink offering. And the other lamb shalt thou offer at even as the meat offering of the morning, and as the drink offering thereof thou shalt offer it a sacrifice made by fire for a sweet savour unto the Lord. And on the 7th day 2 lambs of the first year without spot, and 2 tindals of flour for a meat offering mingled with oil, and the drink offering thereof. This is the burnt offering of every Sabbath, beside the continual burnt offering and his drink offering. And in the beginnings of your months, ye shall offer a burnt offering unto the Lord, 2 young bullocks and 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year without spot. The 3 tindals of flour for a meat offering mingled with oil for 1 bullock, and 2 tindals of flour for a meat offering mingled with oil for 1 ram. Verse 13, And a several tindal of flour mingled with oil for a meat offering unto 1 lamb, for a burnt offering of a sweet savour, a sacrifice made by fire unto the Lord. And their drink offering shall be half an hin of wine unto a bullock, and the 3rd part of an hin unto a ram, and 4th part of an hin unto a lamb. This is the burnt offering of every month throughout the months of the year. And 1 kid of the goats of a sin offering unto the Lord shall be offered beside the continual burnt offering and his drink offering. And in the 14th day of the first month is the Passover of the Lord, and in the 15th day of this month is the feast. 7 days shall unleavened bread be eaten. And the first day shall be an holy convocation. Ye shall do no manner of servile work therein, but ye shall offer a sacrifice made by fire for a burnt offering unto the Lord. 2 young bullocks and 1 ram, and 7 lambs of the first year, they shall be unto you without blemish. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with all 3 tindals shall ye offer for a bullock, and 2 tindals for a ram. Verse 21, A several tindals shalt to offer for every lamb throughout the 7 lambs, and 1 goat for a sin offering to make an atonement for you. Verse 23, Ye shall offer this beside the burnt offering in the morning, which is for a continual burnt offering. After this manner ye shall offer daily throughout the 7 days the meat of the sacrifice made by fire of a sweet savour unto the Lord. It shall be offered beside the continual burnt offering and his drink offering. And on the 7th day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work. Also on the day of the first fruits, when ye bring a new meat offering unto the Lord, after your weeks be out, ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work, but ye shall offer the burnt offering for a sweet savour unto the Lord, 2 young bullocks, 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year, and their meat offering of flour mingled with oil, 3 tindals unto 1 bullock, 2 tindals unto 1 ram, out a several tindal unto 1 lamb throughout the 7 lambs, and 1 kid of the goats, to make an atonement for you. You shall offer them beside the continual burnt offering and his meat offering. They shall be unto you without blemish, and their drink offerings. Punta na tayo sa Numbers chapter 29. And in the 7th month, on the first day of the month, ye shall have an holy convocation, ye shall do no servile work. It is a day of blowing the trumpets unto you. And ye shall offer a burnt offering for a sweet savour unto the Lord, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, and 7 lambs of thy first year without blemish. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil, and their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil. Yung verse 3 yan. 3 tenths for a bullock, and 2 tenths for a ram, and 1 tenth for 1 lamb throughout the 7 lambs, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering to make an atonement for you, beside the burnt offering of the month, and his meat offering, and the daily burnt offering, and his meat offering, and their drink offerings, according unto their manner, for a sweet savour, a sacrifice made by fire unto the Lord. And ye shall have on the 10th day of the 7th month an holy convocation, and ye shall afflict your souls, ye shall not do any work therein. But ye shall offer a burnt offering unto the Lord for a sweet savour, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, and 7 lambs of the first year, they shall be unto you without blemish. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil, 3 tenths to a bullock, and 2 tenths to 1 ram. A several tenth for 1 lamb throughout the 7 lambs, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the sin offering of atonement, and continual burnt offering, and the meat offering of eat and drink, and their drink offerings. And on the 15th day of the month, of the 7th month, okay. And on the 15th day of the 7th month, ye shall have an holy convocation, ye shall do no servile work. Natatandaan nyo ba yung mga date na yan? Ulitin na ulit natin verse 12. And on the 15th day of the 7th month, ye shall have an holy convocation, ye shall do no servile work, and ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. And ye shall offer a burnt offering, a sacrifice made by fire of a sweet savour unto the Lord, 13 young bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year, they shall be without blemish. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil, 3 tenths unto every bullock. On the 13th bullocks, 2 tenths to each ram of the 2 rams, and several tenths to each lamb of the 14 lambs, and on 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, his meat offering, and his drink offering. And on the 2nd day ye shall offer 12 young bullocks, 2 rams, 14 lambs of the first year without spot. Grabe dami. And their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for their lambs shall be according to their number after the manner. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, and the meat offering thereof, and their drink offerings. And on the 3rd day, 11 bullocks, 2 rams, 14 lambs of the first year, without blemish. Alam niyo ba guys, yung lambs yun ay ang mahal-mahal kaya niyan. Kakapiranggot mahal na. Tapos ito talaga bobo talaga sa mag-offer, oh. Sa verse 20, and on the 3rd day, 11 bullocks, 2 rams, 14 lambs of the first year without blemish. And their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner. And 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, and his meat offering, and his drink offering. And on the 4th day, 10 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish. Verse 24, their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, his meat offering, and his drink offering. And on the 5th day, 9 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without spot. And their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner. And 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, and his meat offering, and his drink offering. And on the 6th day, 8 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish, and their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner. And 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, his meat offering, and his drink offering. And on the 7th day, 7 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish. Naabot na tayo. Wait, isang chapter pa. Okay, verse 33 muna tayo. And their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner. And one goat for a sin offering beside the continual burnt offering, his meat offering, and his drink offering. Double time na guys. At wala na. May abutan na tayo ng oras. 35, on the 8th day ye shall have a solemn assembly, ye shall do no servile work therein. But ye shall offer a burnt offering, a sacrifice made by fire of a sweet savour unto the Lord, one bullock, one ram, 7 lambs to the first year without blemish. Their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullock, for the ram, and the lamb shall be according to their number after the manner. And one goat for a sin offering beside the continual burnt offering, and his meat offering, and his drink offering. These things ye shall do unto the Lord in your seed feasts, beside your vows and your freewill offerings, for your burnt offerings, and for your meat offerings, and for your drink offerings, and for your peace offerings. And Moses told the children of Israel according to all the Lord commanded Moses. According to all that the Lord commanded Moses. Last chapter, Numbers 30. And Moses spake unto the heads of the tribes concerning... Wait lang guys, ilan tayo? Nagluha ka agad ako eh. Numbers chapter 30, last chapter na to. And Moses spake unto the heads of the tribes concerning the children of Israel, saying, This is the thing which the Lord hath commanded. If a man vow a vow unto the Lord, or swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word, he shall do according to that proceeded out of his mouth. If a woman also vow a vow unto the Lord, and bind herself by a band, being in her father's house, in her youth, and her father knew her vow, and her band were with she hath bound her soul, and her father shall hold his peace at her. Then all her vows shall stand, and every band wherewith she hath bound her soul shall stand. But if her father disallow her in the day that her that he heareth not any of her vows, or of her bands wherewith she hath bound her soul, shall stand, and the Lord shall forgive her, because her father disallowed her. And if she had at all an husband when she vowed or uttered out of her lips wherewith she bound her soul, and her husband heard it, and held his peace at her in the day that he heard it, then her vow shall stand, and her bands wherewith she bound her soul shall stand. But if her husband disallowed her on the day that heard it, then he shall make her vow which she vowed, and that which she uttered with her lips wherewith she bound her soul of and a fig at the Lord shall forgive her. But every vow of a widow and of her that is divorced wherewith they have bound their soul shall stand against her. And if she vowed in her husband's house, or bound her soul by a band with an oath, and her husband heard it, and held his peace at her, and disallowed her not, then all her vows shall stand, and every band wherewith they bound her soul shall stand. Verse 12 tayo ha. Pagka ganyan nagluluha na mata ko, ano na yan. But of her husband, verse 12, but if her husband had utterly made them void on the day he heard them, then whatsoever proceeded out of her lips concerning her vows or concerning the bond of her soul shall not stand. Her husband had made them void, and the Lord shall forgive her. Every vow and every binding oath to afflict the soul her husband may establish it, or her husband may make it void. But if her husband altogether hold his peace at her from day to day, then he establishes all her vows or all her bands which are upon her. He confirmeth them because he held his peace at her in the day that he heard them. But if he shall anyways make them void after that he hath heard them, then he shall bear her iniquity. These are the statutes which the Lord commanded Moses between a man and his wife, between the father and his daughter, being youth, and her youth in her father's house. So, kuhanin natin to every vow from 13, 14, hanggang 16. Copy. Talagang magpasakop tayo sa ating mga bana, no? Copy verse. So, yan. Bye everyone. God bless.